This hero went from hiding his identity in high school to ruling a galactic empire. But how the heck did he do that? Join me on day 22 of my Superhero Pride Month challenge, and let's talk nerdy about the shape-shifting Young Avenger, Hulkling. But real quick, leave your answers in the comments below to this random question. How do you think Hulkling puts on the toilet paper roll? Going over or going under? Hulkling's first comic book appearance was Young Avengers issue number 1, and his origins go back all the way to the Kree-Skrull War. Now, the superhero Captain Marvel was captured by the Skrull and presented to the Emperor, and when he was imprisoned, Marvel hooked up with the Emperor's daughter, where she then conceived a child, one that was half Kree like Captain Marvel and half Skrull like her. Not wanting her son to be murdered, the princess had her nursemaid escape with the baby to Earth, where she was planning on having him being raised by Captain Marvel, but unfortunately he died. So instead, the nursemaid made herself look like a human and decided to raise the baby as her own, naming him Teddy. Now, being half Skrull, Teddy has been able to shapeshift since birth, but his mother hid his true identity from him, instead telling him that he was a mutant. And as he grew up, Teddy would hide his true appearance just so he can fit in with people. But that soon wouldn't matter because he was approached by Iron Lad, who is a younger version of Kang the Conqueror, and offered a position on the new Young Avengers team. Teddy accepted a spot on the team, and he took on the name Hulkling. Now, what exactly can Hulkling do? Now, as a Kree-Skrull hybrid, Hulkling was able to inherit powers from both races. From his Skrull heritage, Hulkling is able to shapeshift, he grew wings on his back so now he can fly, he can stretch his arms out hecka long, his body can subconsciously shift his organs around in order to protect them, and he's immune from pheromone-based powers. Suck it, Dakin. And from his Kree heritage, he has superhuman strength, which allows him to contend with the likes of the Thing and the Sentry. And luckily, he also has superhuman durability, so he can take hits from those guys too. Hulkling also has really cool equipment too, like the Nega wedding rings. Now, these rings are made from the parts of this powerful space bomb, and he shares it with his husband Wiccan. And these rings allow the wearers to swap places with each other. So if Hulkling is fighting a magical based villain that he just can't really deal with, he can always just boop, switch with Wiccan. Hulkling also has this awesome sword called Excelsior, and it's basically an alien sword with unspeakable cosmic power, and it gives the user the right to rule all of space. And we'll get into that part later. But first, Waterloo break. Hulkling would serve on the Young Avengers for a while until he eventually found out his true heritage when both the Kree and the Skrull showed up at his house in order to claim him for themselves. Oh, and while they were there, the Skrull also murdered his adopted mom. Superhero rule. Hulkling would then fight against the Kree and the Skrull and many other powerful villains over the years until eventually the Skrull and the Kree form an alliance and they choose Hulkling to be their emperor. Now that's a heck of a promotion. But now let's talk about Hulkling's love life because I love love and I love to talk about it. Now, Hulkling is gay in the comics, and his one and only true love has always been Wiccan. The two of them met back in high school and started dating once they were on the Young Avengers. And right before Hulkling became emperor, they got married. I was really happy about that. And it was cool because while Hulkling was the emperor, Wiccan was like the prince consort and the court wizard. So he went and got his husband a job. But like I said in the previous video talking about Wiccan, this relationship is probably one of the most stable and long-lasting relationships in all of comic book history, and I need to see that in the MCU series. But now it's time to discuss your answers to the random question: do you think Hulkling puts the toilet paper on the roll over or under? I think Hulkling would put the toilet paper over because in his natural form, his hands are large and clawy and scaly, and so it would be hard for him to like reach underneath and grab the toilet paper. It would be easier if he can get it from the top. Where does he rank on your favorite superhero character list? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more, go ahead and hit the like button. And if you missed yesterday's video where I talked about Hulkling's husband, Wiccan, go ahead and click on the box right here, and I'll see you in a bit.